Alright, tip number 4. I'm just gonna go guns blazing on this topic. So there's a lot of shit on social media when it comes to relationships, when it comes to just the whole red pill community and all this shit, which I've fell for in a way, but not fully. Like, there's certain things that I kind of like, made sense to me. At the end of the day, it's really just all a setup. At the basis of it all, you should just be you, and you learn shit your own way. Don't fall for these people like, don't make this mistake. Number one mistake to make in a relationship. Number one, the worst thing you could say to a girl, or this and that, or biggest red flag. All that shit, take it with a grain of salt. There's this whole thing, and this is what I really want to get into, is this whole thing with, I've seen it a few times on Instagram, and I've commented on it, and a lot of people agreed with me. The person who posted it didn't, obviously, but it was like, his fucking hook was like, do not argue with a woman. And just based off that, you know what? I think that if you want to be in a long-term relationship, you have to argue. If you're casually just with a girl, you don't have to put up with anything. She's not really in your life. You're just casually seeing her here and there, dating, whatever. I get that. You can do whatever you want. But I think in order for things to work out long term, you have to argue with the woman. And there's things like, oh no, you're showing her weakness, you're fucking losing frame and all this shit. Fuck all that. You're gonna show your insecurities to a woman. She's gonna show her insecurities to you. If you are with a girl and you expect her to be fully honest with you, you have to be fully honest with her. If you want her to cry on your shoulder, you should be okay with crying on her shoulder. There's this whole thing like, oh, she's gonna lose respect for you if she sees you cry. If that's the case, y'all are not meant to be together. Sorry. You're meant to be with a chick who fully accepts that. If you show some type of insecurity, if you show some type of vulnerability, and she throws that in your face, sorry, and then you don't like it, alright. The worst thing you could do is be like, fuck, oh, I messed up. Damn, I shouldn't have done that. I should have did that. Oh, no. You send yourself down this spiral. And if you send yourself down that spiral because she made you feel bad about it, or she told you it was a turn off, or this and that, then I don't think y'all are really meant to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a thing where y'all should like fully accept each other for who you are. It may not be that easy at first, because people come into relationships with past trauma, and that's like a really big thing, But to circle back on the whole argument situation, like, y'all should argue, if anything, like minimum once a week. When I say argue, not shout match, not screaming at each other, being verbally abusive. That may happen. I don't know. Every relationship is different. But I don't think it should be looked down upon, like, oh, this is a bad thing. Oh, I don't think we're fit. No, like, if y'all are going to be together in the long run, y'all are going to make each other better. If that's the case, then y'all are going to lock horns. Y'all are going to bump heads. That's how it is. There's that dude. Okay, so I just went on a tangent with that hook. So then you went ahead and said, oh, you gotta hold your frame. If she starts some bullshit, just leave, walk away. Handle it this way. Be mature. Be level-headed. Okay, by all means, be mature and level-headed. Sometimes you're gonna lose your shit. Sometimes she's gonna lose her shit. But don't fucking walk away. When there's any type of argument, serious or whether it's just like really like, why are we arguing about this? You should not walk away, because it just shows like the dude was saying, oh, it's like a strong thing to do. No, if anything, that's weak, because you're just fucking giving up. If you're casually with a girl, okay, yeah, walk away. Who cares? But if you're with her long term, once again, do not walk away. Sit there, deal with it, figure shit out. It's not gonna be easy. You're gonna get caught off guard. The last thing you want to do is listen to all these videos. Shit, take mine with a grain of salt. Don't listen to me. But I'm just saying what has been working out for me and what I've seen in the past. With my both parents, it didn't work out because one just didn't want to make themselves better at the end of the day. One demanded one thing, other one wasn't with it, fell apart. So if you're all gonna try to make each other better and be with each other in the long run, you're gonna push each other to do things, you know, and it depends how direct one person is. You know, if it becomes an issue when one is trying to force another person how to be. If that's the case, then that's a bad thing. But it's more so like, in my experience, I just say if there's a certain thing that I want my girlfriend to do or something like that, I'm not fucking like beating her over the head with that idea. I'm just kind of implementing it myself, and we'll see if she follows along. You know, you gotta attack it laterally. You can't be so direct. You know, and some things are just gonna by default end up being direct. You're gonna do something, she's not gonna like it. You are gonna bump heads, and this, or someone's gonna cross some boundary that you had set, and that's what it's all about. You gotta have a love for it. You gotta have kind of this sick pleasure for all that stuff. You know, at least, you know, sometimes when I'm arguing with my girlfriend, in my mind, I'm smiling. I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Because the last thing I want is awkward silence. Last thing I want is for something to go wrong, and then on the car ride home, we're not talking, we're not saying anything. That's bad. I can't do awkward silence. I can't just sit there in silence. I gotta talk some shit out. That's just how my mind works, and it's been working very well. You know, sometimes of course, there may be better ways of handling things, but I think overall, just talk it out. Don't walk away. Be as patient as possible. You're gonna lose your patience, but I feel like as long as you're there, trying to figure it out with her, then it's all right. But all this is pointless if you don't think she's worth it. If she's not worth it, then don't force anything. There's no point in staying there and really trying to get down to the bottom of anything if you don't think she's worth it.